Hi, it's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel. How are you today? That was annoying. Today we're doing the brands that I want to try in 2020 video. I don't have a specific number. I have, more than 10, less than 20, This doesn't mean that I'm going to try all of these brands, but these are brands that I either haven't tried or haven't tried a lot from, and I want to try more, how it goes. So we're just going to talk about them. If you've tried any of these brands, let me know your thoughts. If you haven't tried any of these brands and you want to tell me what brands you want to try in 2020, also tell me those thoughts. Let's go ahead and get into it. These are in no particular order. I started listing them by indie brands, and then some of them I was like, well, I don't know at what point it's not considered an indie brand, because some are sold in Sephora, some are brands that I had never heard of until I saw them on the Sephora or Ulta website. I don't really know. So we're just gonna go in the order that I wrote them down. The first brand is Clionadh Cosmetics. You've probably seen them in YouTube videos or on Instagram. They have the most insanely colorful, shifty, multi-chrome, amazing looking eyeshadows I could possibly imagine. They have the stained glass collection, which is stunning. They have a lot of really, really cool eyeshadows. It is a Canadian brand, I believe. They are a little bit more expensive than I would like to spend on a single shadow, but I've heard really great things. I've heard the quality is really, really great, and they are like a two-person company. Turnaround time could be a little bit slow possibly, but it's a very small company. Anyway, I've seen Lawless Beauty use them a lot. I've seen Bailey B use them, and they just look completely mesmerizing. So they've been on my list to try for 2020. The next brand is Kaleidos Makeup. They are similarly awesome. They are another I think they're very small. I actually don't know a ton about the brand. I've seen the most mind-blowing swatches of their products on Instagram, and they look so mind-blowingly beautiful and like crazy shifting pigments. I need to try at least one of their shadows in 2020. That's my goal. The next brand is another indie brand. This is Sydney Grace Cosmetics. I first heard about them again from Bailey B. She loves their cream shadows, but they've since started releasing palettes, which is how I prefer to use eyeshadow. I'm not a single shadow girl. I'm just not. I want to be, but I just prefer to use a palette. Their palettes look really beautiful. They're Autumn Dreams palette or something. Autumn Rain. The palette they released in the fall. I can't remember what it's called. I'll put a picture of it. I can't remember what it's called. It looked so beautiful. Just so beautiful. Because it's a small company, small operation. These are handmade items. I understand all of that. I just haven't wanted to spend the money quite yet without having experienced, like a single shadow quality or something like that. I haven't jumped into any of the super indie eyeshadows yet because I just haven't. The next brand is by no means a new brand, but I somehow haven't tried a lot from the brand, and that's Geek. I have a few of their single eyeshadows, but I know they are also going to be doing a rebrand this year, and it's just a brand that when I first started watching YouTube, it was raved about, and I feel like it's kind of dropped off the radar, and I know Marlena has talked about that in the past, but I would just like to try more from the brand, whether it's face products, eye products, lip products, whatever. And I would just like to try more from them. I know that they are available in Target now. I don't know where the line is drawn for indie and like mainstream brands. Where's the line? The next brand is Kaleidos Makeup, and their palettes are called, I think, Futurism. They have like a green one, a neon one, I think a slightly more neutral one. They have more vibrant colors. I just think they look really cool. I've seen some cool looks with them, and I would like to try them. The next brand is one that I saw on the new arrivals page at Sephora. I don't often, I'm gonna be honest, I don't shop at Sephora a ton anymore. Everything I want, I can pretty much get at Ulta. So I don't do a ton of shopping at Sephora, but I was on their new arrivals page a few weeks ago and I saw this brand, Aether. I'm calling it Aether. Looked really interesting. I have heard literally nothing about this brand, so this isn't one that is a priority for me to try because I have truly heard nothing about it. And the palette was a little, they have several palettes, but it was a little expensive, especially since I'd never heard anything about it. They say it's a cruelty-free brand. The one that I, of course, am interested in is the Crystal Grid Gemstone palette. It's a $58 palette though, so that's a lot for a brand that I've never heard of. And maybe this is, I mean, it is an organic brand. It's vegan, cruelty-free, gluten-free, and comes in recyclable packaging, which is awesome, but I still have never heard of this brand. So have you heard of Aether Beauty? Also at Sephora is Lawless Beauty. I know this isn't a new brand either. This isn't a brand that's an immediate, like, I need to try this. They have the Little Ones eyeshadow palette, which is truly just neutrals. They do have the One eyeshadow palette, which is larger, but that's a $64 palette. That's a lot. So this isn't something that's like, oh my gosh, I need to try this. I have heard good things about the brand in general. It's not something that I'm going to put high on my priority list, but if they come out with something like a smaller palette, like the Little Ones palette, but in maybe a little more exciting colors for me, I would be interested to try it. The next brand is also at Sephora, and that's Dominique Cosmetics. I wanted the Gemini eyeshadow palette so badly. I wanted the Smoke Show palette. I mean, those colors are my jam. They're greens, like, yes, greens, please. I want all of the green eyeshadow, all of it. Dominique Cosmetics is again a pricey brand, and I am finding, maybe I'm kind of talking myself out of some of these right now. It's a brand that I'm interested in. I'm not, again, going to put it high on the priority list, but I am interested. I think the new palettes they came out with, the Amor Eternal palette, the Vida and the Muerta palette, those are such beautiful, fun, vibrant color combinations. I really enjoy that. But again, it's a brand that I'm interested to try it, but I almost wish they would do slightly smaller palettes that are just a little less expensive, because $58 for an eyeshadow palette is a lot. And I think this video is turning into me like talking myself out of some of these. Another brand that's at Sephora that I've been interested in the last year or so is Kaja, and they have a lot of interesting products, they have a heart cheek stamp thing, which seems kind of weird but kind of cool. I've heard some mixed reviews about Kaja, but mainly good things, so that's a brand that's on my radar. The other from Sephora is Kosas. They have that cream shadow that's supposed to dry in 10 seconds. I just kind of want to know if that's true. I haven't watched any videos about it. I probably should, but I just want to know if that is true. I've heard that their lip products are really nice. They're doing a few innovative products, and it's difficult to find a lot of new types of products that aren't like just the same formula that we have, which is fine because I love the same formula of things. But, you know, you have to be looking for new ways to market your products. Maybe they're just marketing their products really well in a different way. I don't know, but it's a brand that I wrote on my list, so I'm going to talk about it. The next brand is a brand that I have tried one item from, but I want to try more, and that's Dominique Cosmetics. I've heard nothing but great things about her eyeshadow palettes. I did get one of the palettes, a little mini in a BoxyCharm, and I really enjoyed it, but I would like to try more. The Berries and Cream and the Latte palette have been on my wish list forever, and I want to try them, so I want to try more from Dominique Cosmetics. And then the last brand is Collab brand that's available at Sally Beauty. I've never tried anything from Collab. And it's not a new brand. And there's a million Sally Beauty stores around. I just haven't gotten around to trying anything. I've heard great things about some of their mascaras. You know what? That's not true. I have tried one thing from Collab. I have an eyeshadow palette from them, and I do really, really like it. And I can't remember what it's called. I'll insert the picture of it. But I actually love that palette. I totally forgot about that palette. Wow. I just have a few more brands on here, but I think I'm going to call it good for now, and maybe we'll do like a follow-up. If you guys have tried anything from these brands that I mentioned, is it worth it? Tell me your thoughts. What do you want to try in 2020? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and if you have any questions or comments, leave those in the comments down below, and I will talk to you guys in my next video.